Cyberbrainer is an online training platform designed to help individuals and teams learn the latest technologies and become certified professionals, producing a comprehensive learning experience.
Business processes. All right. So this is going to be the agenda that we are going to be seeing for the next 2 or 3 sessions at least. And this is very, very important. So, please pay attention to this, because this is what is going to be the heart of any kind of an implementation. What we have seen so far is only the basics. So we've seen superorgs, we've seen different types of organizations, cost centers, everything. And then we saw about how the organization structure is going to look like. The next logical topic that we are going to be seeing is called as business process. So just want to understand, probably those who had worked on HCM or those who have worked on HCM. What do you mean by a business process or an event? What do you mean by that? Get any term signed, if you can give it with an example. Well and good. A business process is going to be a chain of actions or events that are going to happen to complete a task. In a nutshell, that's what it is. Say I have a hire, say, it doesn't mean that directly I can hire anybody and everything. Right. If I'm going to hire, say, XYZ, say I'm going to hire in an organization like Google, Lord, Facebook. What are the list of events that I need to go right? I'm talking about post-interview stage and post-offer stage, because that could be so many things. I know Ariane has been selected for an organization like Facebook. What are the other events that needs to happen? Probably post your offer, and probably on day 1 or probably a little beyond day 1. So first up, after I need to accept it. Once it is being accepted, the employee ID needs to be generated. There'll be a set of documentation which I need to do if there is any kind of an expert or a visa. If it requirements that needs to be done. And then, on day 1, I need to complete my own boring post, my own boring. I need to have some kind of an introduction sections with my teams, my managers, plus certain organizations may have what is called as post 90 days, post 60 days, 90 days, or 240 days, something like a probation completion event, all those stuff. So this entire thing, which starts probably from day 1, or post my offer acceptance, where the offer and where the employee is going to be created. All of that is called as business process, or, in this particular case, it's called as a hire business process. It's called as a hire business process. Clear on this? So this could be applied for anything of that sort. For example, if you apply for a leave. So, for example, if Get the Girl's going to apply for a leave and if Krishna Meni is the manager. So what happens? Get the couple first apply for, say, 2 days of casual leaps, on the Monday, on the Tuesday. And once Get the Girl's going to apply, it's going to go across to her manager, which is Krishna Meni, for approval. And only if Krishna Meni is going to prove it. It is going to be sent across as a notification, say, to Deschant, who is going to be in HR. HR is going to be notified that Get the Girl's going on offer 2 days, and the manager has approved. Krishna Meni is the manager. She is approved. This is a simple logic and notification, like what I said in the first class, just a mail notification which could possibly go by. Alright. So all of this constitutes a manager, and what if the manager is going to reject it? It's going to go back to get it with some comments from the manager saying that your manager, Krishna, really has rejected or pushed back the leave. And please make some corrections as per the comments which have been passed by. Maybe due to project reasons or otherwise, it could have been rejected. That's all. And it's a very, very simple flow. And what I said is very simple. But in a real world, every organization would have a different flavor of their own process for every event. Hire could be different. Your termination could be different. Leave application could be different. Change of could be different. Everything is going to have a different flavor. Alright. Now, this is a whatever business process is available over here. I'm just picking up a small business process which is already available. Is my screen visible, or you want me to zoom it further? Is it visible for everybody, or you want me to zoom it further? I can do it. Is this okay? Or you want me to zoom it further? Alright. Let me zoom it one more level. Is it okay now? So if you see over here, we will get to the pseudo part later. This is just a flow chart of how it is going to be. So first off, I'm just picking a random hire definition. So what I'm seeing here is a hire simplified business process. Don't ask me now for what exactly that simplified is. I'll tell all that a little later. First up, this is going to be initiated by an acrobat, HR manager, which says the name of the person who's going to initiate it. Then there is a compensation hire for a post, compensation hire, which is going to be done by a compensation partner. What this action could possibly mean is the compensation. Relevant details are going to be entered from the offer to my system level. That is going to be done by my compensation partner. Next, your Workday account needs to be created, which means you can assume it's similar to what your employee creation is going to be like. Your employee needs to be created. Your Workday account needs to be created. All of that needs to be done, and this is going to be done by your organization. Little security admin. Alright. First up. So that is going to be like. And there's going to be a criteria over here which says if the applicant has a Workday account, don't go into this particular Workday owned or something. That is something which we will see later. If the applicant has a Workday, that is no necessity for you to create it, so probably that particular person could have been a free hire. If he is a rehire, then there is no necessity for us to create a Workday account or an employee to be created. Alright. Only if the person does not have a Workday account, it needs to be created. Alright. So the next thing is, what needs to be done next over here is payroll administration. So, payroll administrator, an administrator is going to be assigning a pay group for the employee, saying that this particular person is going to be paid monthly, annually, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever is going to be there. Next, we are going to have a payroll ID created as well. Payroll ID is something which is going to be sent across to your payroll vendor. If you have a payroll vendor, you're going to be assigned to that. Next, it is going to be going across to your onboarding setup. So first up, onboarding setup is something like you're going to be having a conversation with your manager. The manager. You're going to be having a manager assigned, and you're going to have a Spock assigned for the HR team to complete all your day on related formalities and everything. Once this particular onboarding setup is completed. In multi-dermologies we call onboarding setup as something like, who's going to be your manager, who's going to be your Spock from HR, and everybody that is going to be assigned and set up over here as a board of onboarding setup. Next thing, on day 1, you're going to have your onboarding completed. So onboarding is going to be completed, where you're going to submit all your documents, your related benefits related stuff, your dependent information. All that is going to be part of your day 1 onboarding process. Next, you're going to have a benefits event change, which is typically based on whatever dependent information and other stuff are going to be collected in your onboarding. You're going to have some benefits related stuff done over here, which means you're going to be enrolled for your medical, dental vision, and other plans which are there at an organization level. Here on this. This is just a simple one, but in actual practice it could be very, very, very different. Based on what your client requirement is. This is just a very simple flow. I'm just explaining for you to understand what a business process could look like. Clear on this? Any questions you have? Alright, this is just a process flow that I've shown.
Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.